mission to create a revolution of positive transformational experiences through acts of kindness. We're doing this through live interviews. We're talking to people who are individuals making a difference and individuals who represent organizations making a difference. Tonight, I'm joined by Kirk Byrens, who is a State Farm insurance agent. And I specifically wanted to talk to you, Kirk, because I've been hearing there's some really good news that is happening in the insurance industry.
Absolutely. Yeah, there have been a lot of announcements that people have seen, whether it's been articles shared or whether they've talked to their local agent and things. But there are a lot of relief and options that are being provided for people struggling with bills and things right now.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. Tell me some of the opportunities that are existing in insurance right now. I understand that, some companies are actually giving people money back.
Correct. So I think first and foremost, if people are struggling with things like bills, or you keep hearing about unemployment issues or getting funding and stimulus checks and things like that, there are a lot of companies. I'll speak specifically to what we're doing right now. We're suspending any cancellations. So I mean, first and foremost, if someone's having bill problems, they're not getting canceled for it if their bill fell during this time. So at the end of the day, I think that's huge to know that there's coverage there and things. We're also providing options. So there are options to kind of pay what you can through this time, as well as, either pushing a bill off maybe to next month and then spreading it over multiple months. So I think what we're seeing is kind of this has become an adapt as you go, which I love to see that the industry is responding at that speed and trying to give people options, because that's huge.
Yeah. So much of what we're hearing right now is support local businesses, and the whole support local movement is really huge right now. What are you doing, or what is State Farm doing to promote that?
Well, if people have been watching the Tonight Show and things, that we were donating and are donating actively to the American Red Cross. They've been matching donations. So that's one thing that impacts all communities, right? But if we're talking directly locally, we have the option as, once again, I'll speak as a State Farm agent. We do what's called quotes for good. So, whether there's a nonprofit that, is really making action in this time and helping, they can do support there. Our office, personally, if people call in and ask for a quote with no obligation to buy or anything like that, we'll actually donate to a local restaurant of their choosing. The restaurants have been hit so heavily in this time. We'd love to incentivize going out and getting some takeout, maybe for the family. We're all probably sick of cooking at this point. And so I think it's huge to support that.
So just by getting a quote, you would give somebody $10 to go out and use it at a local.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're providing that option, as well as, on top of it, just we're a local small business as well, and I think that's huge. If you look at, there's so many different insurance companies, insurance agents in Lansing and the greater area. I'm seeing more than just even us making this impact, which I'm proud of, working in the industry.
Yeah. Which leads me into the question, how often should people get a new insurance quote or look at their policy?
Correct. So you and I, we've kind of talked about this a little bit. So at the end of the day, we do have the law changes that are coming here in the state of Michigan. And the last time those laws were ever changed was when Nixon was in office. So at the end of the day, right now would be the time. You want to get in before that, because the state has not announced any slowing down or stop with the no-fault reform that's coming. And at the end of the day, anytime you've had a change in your life, maybe a life event, getting married, moving, any of those kinds of changes that may come up, it's a great time to relook at it. And once again, like I mentioned, not only myself, but a lot of local agencies are doing those givebacks, right? Are doing donations. I've seen other companies doing things directly to restaurants, things like that. So once again, I think now is the time. You've got to have the conversation.
Okay. You're located right in Okemos, correct?
Correct. We're located in Okemos. Right now, we're located in all of our homes. But the office, yes, is in Okemos. And so, primarily we're obviously looking to help out the Okemos area. But the beauty is we handle anywhere across Michigan. So if people call us, we're willing to donate to their local market as well.
Awesome. Well, we've got your website rolling across the screen. I ask everyone this, and so I want to know, and you've told us some good news tonight, but Kirk, tell me something good.
Yeah, so I'll share two things. One, we didn't truly kind of touch on the end of the relief part. So State Farm has announced a $2 billion relief that is coming back on customers' bills to help with that offset, like I've mentioned. And other companies are doing that as well. But at the end of the day, I've got to mention it, Bob. I'm a small business owner. I launched my business 3 years ago. Being home with my family, being home with my daughter, my wife, that's been a special thing. To be able to stay healthy, stay safe. We feel so thankful for that. And I think a lot of us are in that scenario, whether you're working from home or you are a frontline worker, just know we appreciate you. I've got them in my family as well. And so I think in this time, just celebrating the time we do get with our families to connect, especially in how fast-paced things always are.
Well, I know you have a little daughter at home too, so it's nice to spend an extra time with her and your family.
I'm shocked he hasn't made a guest appearance and yelled in, to be honest with you.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out, and we appreciate all you're doing, and of course supporting local too. So thank you.
Thank you as well.
All right, and again, if you'd like good news, you can visit epiphanynow.org, EPIFANYNOW.org, or visit our Facebook page and share your good news. We know that there's a lot of good news out there. We want to hear from you. We'll see you tomorrow night about 5:30.